Hi everyone, I'm Nancy Richardson. Jim, Michael, and I are so happy that you are here with us tonight, and we're so excited to share all the prizes and great guest speakers that we have lined up for you today for the next 90 minutes. So sit back, relax, grab a glass of wine, cup of coffee, and just enjoy the evening. And we look forward to seeing you again. Bye.
Well, hello and welcome. My name is Corey Michaels. So excited to be here with you this evening in our Lily Pad production studios powered by Auction Frogs, along with the incredible production team of Brad and Alice and Ellsberg Studios. Cameron and the rest of the staff here at Auction Frogs are so excited to be a part of what was going to be the very first live gala event for neurodiverse living. Well, obviously last March, things changed. So we adapt. That's what we do. And that's what all of the folks that we are talking about tonight, adults living with autism or any other intellectual disability, they adapt, they change, they persevere. And that's why we're all here tonight, to be able to celebrate just in a different way. So we're here virtually and we are excited to have you a part of it. So thank you. Thank you for your care. Thank you for your love and your support for the dream of Jim and Nancy and Michael and so many others, as we are just at the beginning of what is going to make such a huge difference for so many individuals all around Pennsylvania, and hopefully is going to be a model that is then going to be able to expand to where even more adults with autism or other intellectual disabilities are able to have a safe, sustainable, smart home and know that they can be able to live independently and to be able to have the incredible life that they deserve. So again, thank you. Those are two words you're going to hear a lot tonight. You can't possibly hear them enough. So let me start again with thank you. Now, the fact that you found us, well, you've already got half the battle out of the way. So sit back, enjoy, but let me tell you, in order to be able to make the difference that we're talking about tonight, we need you bidding as well. So here's how you do that. If you haven't already registered, it'll just take you a quick moment to be able to do that. All you have to do is just text the word autism to the number 22454. That's autism to the number 22454. That's going to get you a link right back. It'll get you right to the auction site and you can be able to register there. Again, it'll just take you a moment. Now you are going to need two tabs, two screens, two ways to be able to view. Okay, what that means, if you're watching right now on your TV that you have connected to your smart device, your tablet, computer, whatever it happens to be, that's great. Then on your phone, you can be able to look at all the different auction items, be able to do your bidding, set up your auto bids. We'll tell you more about that here in just a couple of minutes as well. But you can do all that right at your hand with your phone and be able to watch all that is going to be happening tonight. So again, sit back, enjoy, be a part of all of the exciting events that are going to be going on here for our first fundraising gala here for Neurodiverse Living. Now, if you have any problems whatsoever, or maybe, you don't want to make a donation online, it's not your thing, it's okay. You can be able to call 208-807-3808. And we've got a staff right now ready to be able to answer any questions you might have or to make your donations by phone as well. So however you would like to do that, again, thank you for being a part of this. And let's hear a little bit more from Jim and Nancy and the beginnings and all of the vision for neurodiverse living.
This is the story of how the nonprofit Neurodiverse Living was created by one couple's determination to make an impactful change for autistic adults. The main focus and mission for Neurodiverse Living, or NDL, is solving the housing crisis for adults with autism by providing safe and secure smart home-enabled housing communities for individuals with autism or other intellectual disabilities.
So hi, my name's Jim Richardson, one of the co-founders of Neurodiverse Living, and we're thrilled to get this opportunity to let you know who we are, why we're doing what we're doing, and to share our story about neurodiverse living and what motivates us.
And I'm Nancy Richardson, wife and mother, and also co-founder of Neurodiverse Living. And we would like to share with you the reason why we started this organization. So I hope you have a few minutes to sit back and relax and hear our story.
Please explain how autistic adults with aging parents are facing a severe housing crisis or even worse, homelessness.
One of the things Nancy and I have always talked about for years is what's going to happen to Michael when we're no longer here. It's inevitable, and as a parent, you never ever think about your child's what's going to happen to your child when you're gone. And when you're a parent of an autistic child who will never be able to live independently, you have to have a plan B and a plan C, and even maybe a plan D. And it is something that we know families who have autistic children, grown autistic children, or other children with intellectual disabilities deal with and agonize with all the time. And we've talked about it for years, and finally we realized it was time to do something. We knew the government wasn't going to provide a long-term solution. And what we found here in the state of Pennsylvania was two organizations that had something similar to what we wanted for Michael, but the waiting lists were 15 and 20 years long. So like everything else in our life, we took matters into our own hands and we formed Neurodiverse Living. And statistically, this May, the Center for Disease Control came out with a new study where they reported that 5.4 million adults in the United States have autism. 5.4 million. And that's literally 1 out of every 4 adults in the country today has some form of autism. In a study from 2014 through the census, Pennsylvania census reported 73,000 adults in Pennsylvania are receiving services because of autism. So 73,000 adults in the state of Pennsylvania with autism. Now here locally in Bucks County, the numbers are pretty staggering. As of the 2014 census, there were 4,000 adults just in Bucks County. And we have one of those adults in our own home. And it is a pervasive problem. And it's a problem that needs to be solved. And whether we can help 10, 20, or 100 other families, we know that there's a need and that we have to do something to provide housing for these adults who are not going to have a place to live when their aging parents are no longer there. We talked earlier about the options, having an A, B, C, and D plan. Well, everybody in the family, Nancy's sisters have said, we'll take Michael. My 2 grown daughters said, we'll take Michael. But as a parent, the last thing you want for your son or daughter is to have them bouncing around from house to house, family to family. Michael deserves, like every other individual, deserves a place where he can spend the rest of his life and be a valued contributor to society.
Having all of those concerns and discovering the utter lack of any viable housing options for Michael, do you feel a housing crisis is coming?
So we're on a ambitious journey. The housing crisis for adults with autism isn't coming, it's here. It's been here and it's just going to get more pervasive. And we're on a journey to provide safe and sustainable, smart home-enabled technology homes where individuals like Michael can live safely, comfortably, be productive members of society and the community, and benefit others along the way. We know that the need is so much bigger than we'll ever be able to satisfy. But what we hope to do is to be able to help as many families as we can here in Pennsylvania, and then share the model that we've developed with other families who can take that into their community. We're not here to try to be everything to everybody, but we're here to make a difference in the life of our child, 5 other children, and maybe, who knows, 50 others over the next several years.
Well, thank you again. And thank you, Jim and Nancy, for your love and support with Michael and your vision to be able to make a difference for adults just like Michael moving forward. And as Jim and Nancy had mentioned, it's hard to be able to get all of the need taken care of. But you know what? The old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, that's what we have to do, because just this vision with neurodiverse living and how that can be able to impact so many lives and grow and be able to impact more lives, and other organizations that can be able to come on and make that difference for the 73,000 in Pennsylvania, and to make sure that as that number continues to grow, and it does every single year, that we're going to be able to make a difference. And it starts very small and it grows exponentially. And it's because of you and your support and your love being here right now. Now, you know, we've all been on this coronacation, we can call it here, for the last 6-7 months. And, you know, it's hard because we've been sheltered at home. We haven't been able to go much of anywhere. Well, you know what? To be able to have something to look forward to in a real vacation and new normalcy moving forward, well, we've got that for you. And you can be able to help out neurodiverse living all at the same time. There is some fabulous trips. If you haven't gotten registered to be able to start getting all your bidding going on, make sure and send the word autism to the number 22454, and then you can be able to look at item number 3. Here's something to look forward to in moving forward in the future: is 7 days and 6 incredible nights in Italy's romantic Amalfi Coast. It is beautiful. If you have never seen it, if you don't know it, they're on item number 3. When you go and check it out, there's a video right there that you can be able to look at and check out and dream about all that you have to look forward to. And here's the beautiful thing: you have 3 years to be able to use this. So no matter what's going to be happening here in the next year, don't worry about it. You have 3 years to be able to use that. No blackout dates, nothing like that to have to worry about. So if you bid on this, if you win this, you've got the 3 years to dream about it. And hopefully it's not going to take nearly that long before you're going to be able to experience it for yourself. And another beautiful part of a lot of these trips that we have going on, including this trip to Italy, is that if all of the things get opened up and we can be able to have our friends and family and gather together, you can do that. Because if you win this trip, you have all the way up until you're going to be booking your own trip on the dates that you're going to be taking it. And you can add on family members, friends, for the same amount that you got the vacation for right now. So these have just opened up. So make sure and check out these. Even if you've looked at all the auction items, these ones just opened up and they're only going to be open until 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So make sure, get on there and look forward to all the adventures that you're going to be able to have. Another one of those, and again, you have 3 years to be able to do this in, no blackout dates, all of that. Maybe Ireland adventure is what you're looking for. Be able to go and look at some of the majestic castles of Ireland. I don't suggest kissing the Blarney Stone. Don't ever do that, even during Corona time. Not a smart idea. Anyway, but the rest of Ireland, very beautiful. Check out the Blarney Stone. Don't kiss the Blarney Stone. There, just my advice from me to you. So there's a couple of adventures that you can be able to look forward to and enjoy. Thank you so much to Shauna watching right now for our Neurodiverse Living first virtual gala going on. Wendy, also Pam, Christy in Pennsylvania, and so many others. Now, if you're watching, please let us know where you're watching right now. Maybe if you're checking out some of all these fabulous auction items, let us know which ones you're really looking at and what you have going on. Now, with that in mind, I had mentioned earlier that you can be able to do auto bids. Now, here's how that works. So that you can be able to just watch all the great interviews and the speakers that are going to be coming up through the course of our event this evening, so that you don't have to worry about that. You already have your eyes on the things that you want. And you know how in some of the live galas in the past, you write down and you're putting down your bids on the auction items that you want, and then you walk away to be able to go get a beverage, dinner, chat with friends. Someone sneaks up right behind you and they outbid you. Well, you don't have to worry about that with AutoBid. You go, okay, I want this trip to Ireland or the trip to Greece or whatever it happens to be, and you put the amount that you say, yeah, I'm willing to do this amount as a high bid. Now, what's going to happen is every time someone outbids you, it's going to automatically outbid them by just a little bit. And then it'll keep moving forward, and you don't have to worry about it until it hits your high bid amount. If it does, you're going to get a notification telling you, hey, it is at your high bid, so that you can be able to go in and make that amount higher, or, we hope you don't at that point say, okay, I'm out, but you can, so you don't have to worry about anything. And that is a wonderful way to be able to do that and enjoy all the festivities tonight for the Neurodiverse Living Gala event. Now, the director of Autism Housing would like to hear from her as we make our way through the event tonight, and some of the statistics and some of the wonderful things that we can all be able to do together to make a difference.
Hello, Neurodiverse Living. I am so excited to hear about your emerging solutions in Pennsylvania. As the director of the Autism Housing Network, I get to hear the stories of local innovators who are taking the housing crisis in their hands and realizing that they're going to create the solutions in their local community. You see, 2.2% of the population is on the autism spectrum, according to the CDC. In Pennsylvania, most people live with their family. Only 25,000 people live in any sort of setting outside of their family home with residential supports, just 25,000. Yet 60,000 individuals with intellectual and developmental disability are living with a caregiver over the age of 60. What's going to happen? Pennsylvania needs to double their capacity in half the time in order to prevent people from continually being displaced from their community, from going to the next empty bed in a provider-controlled setting, or from experiencing homelessness. Housing is such a key element to quality of life. It's where we get to affirm our identity. It's where we get to recharge to go back out into the community. Housing is a major social determinant of health, and we know that people with autism or other intellectual and developmental disabilities are experiencing unemployment, underemployment, strong periods of isolation and loneliness. So to create housing that is actively facilitating relationships, community connections is absolutely essential. I'm excited to hear about what Neurodiverse Living is doing, and I hope to be able to visit one of your homes very, very soon.
Well, thank you so much to the Director of Autism Housing for taking the time there. I mean, we're talking about 73,000 adults in Pennsylvania, millions nationwide. And that's a staggering number. And that number is growing all the time. A third of the 73,000 here, basically a little over a third, they don't know where that housing is going to be, where home is going to be. And when we talk about, and I know she had just mentioned a moment ago, we've all kind of felt that isolation during these last 6-8 months. That feeling of, I want to see family, I want to see friends, I want to actually leave my home more than going from the kitchen to the living room. And now this is something that folks with autism and intellectual disabilities deal with all the time, is that feeling of isolation, if allowed to be. My former brother-in-law, my ex-wife's brother, he had lived with us for a few years, and he's very highly functioning autism, but still, he struggled with that. And after he wanted to be able to get out and to be able to get into his own apartment, his own place at 50 years old, and he was working and he was so proud of everything that he was doing. But then we had to worry, once he got out there, that roommates that weren't on the spectrum were going to take advantage of him. And some of them did. And if they didn't take advantage of him, they were not the kindest to him. So he isolated to his own room, and it forced us to have to go over there and force him out of his room to be able to get out and continue to socialize. So think about, if we're already feeling isolated during these last 6-8 months, think about what these folks feel every single day if they're not in the home with a loving family. So family and home and those memories of family, that is what we're talking about. And right now, you can be able to bid on a couple of ways to be able to really have a wonderful memory of family forever, and a great experience as well. Items number 49 and 50. 49 is a family portrait and 4 diamond hotel stay experience. So you're going to get an incredible portrait done that is really more of a work of art. Stephen Taylor, Bernardsville, he will create a 14-inch textured canvas fine art piece, this portrait of your family to be able to have and to hold and to cherish and display in your home, and know that you are able to make a huge difference in the home for lots of other folks that are living with autism and other intellectual disabilities. So this is a value of $3,000. Get your bids in right now at number 49. Number 50, the same as well. Stephen Taylor is going to get your portrait for you and your sweetheart, and maybe even your 4-legged family member. Who knows? Whatever you would like to have and to be able to experience and display in your home. Both of these incredible ways to be able to showcase your family, your love. And that's what we're talking about a whole lot of tonight, is a whole lot of love. And that brings us to our next couple. Matt and Madison are this wonderful, wonderful couple with autism. They met, they fell in love, they're engaged and going to be married very, very soon. And also hoping to be one of our very first couples in the neurodiverse living community.
All right, so Matt and Madison, tell me why you guys want to live in your own homes.
Be independent, have a lot of stamina, and have a pep in your step.
What else? What do you think you could get out of living in your own house?
Be on your own, be independent, learn to do different things, different skills, cooking skills, different recipes like making lasagna, chicken,
anything you want to.
barbecue sandwiches, or anything like that.
And-
Chinese, getting prescriptions, like medication and stuff, like any kind of medication. I can't say it, medication line.
Medication.
Yeah, that. Pills from doctor's offices and stuff. Doing everything on your own, so.
And what do you think about living in a community with people with special needs?
I think it's pretty cool. Everyone's different in their own way. We're, all equally. Everyone's different.
So are you guys happy about thinking about moving a community to
Yeah.
We're trying our very best.
To get out of a parent's house.
Yeah, family houses, we're doing everything we can. We're really working hard towards the goal of, getting a job and becoming independent, living on our own, doing different things, different tasks to do job-wise, like cleaning, cooking, laundry, all that kind of stuff. Even take care of pets like this, learn how to different skills taking care of a pet.
Awesome. And Matt, what would you do with your own house and lawn? What would you do with your lawn?
Cut it,
Like,
cut the grass, mow it,
yeah.
or reworking anything.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we're going to try to build this community. What do you think?
Yep. Huzzah!
Maddie?
Huzzah! Thumbs up.
I love it. Just like any other couple. But see, Matt's figured it out early. Just sit there and let your wife talk, nod your head, and say you will cut the grass. You've got the whole marriage thing worked out there, bud. Matt and Madison are just one of the many, many couples. They love just like all of us do. And they love with open hearts and want to be able to have that independence. And that's from the couple's perspective. Now, what about from the parental perspective? We have Matt's mom to tell us how she feels about neurodiverse living and the opportunity for her son and beautiful bride-to-be to be able to move out and still be safe.
Hi, I'm Diane Lawson, and I'm a member of the NDL Board of Trustees, as well as a parent of a special needs adult. As parents, we all worry about our children's future, but when you're the parent of a special needs child, that worry is exponentially larger. Who's going to take care of our children for their entire lives? When they get to be 50 and may need to have their medications changed, when they get to be 80 and may start to develop dementia and need to move to a long-term care facility. I joined NDL because I believe that together we will create communities for our special needs children in Pennsylvania. Those communities will be safe, fun, and allow our children to live as independently as possible. I'm investing my whole heart in this project, and I can't wait to see what we create. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Matt and Madison, and everyone else. Thank you to Stephanie in Virginia watching right now, Jim from Dallas. Hi, Jim, Mike and Patty, Stacy and Cara, both from New Jersey, being a part of the event tonight. Thank you so very much. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything that you would like to participate with, please go ahead and in the comments section there on the Facebook Live feed, go ahead and tell us where you're watching from. Any questions you might have or comments about some of the wonderful items that we have as well. Maybe share your experience with special needs, whether that is a family member, a friend, whoever that happens to be. We want to be able to honor them and all of us together as well. Now, one of the ways for you to be able to give, as we've talked about so much, is be a part of the auction that is going on right now. Now, this is going to be going on all the way through the 21st at 8:59 Eastern Time. So that's the 21st at 8:59 Eastern Time. Some of our trips, though, those are going to be ending tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Crack the Code for the Harley Davidson, we'll talk a little more about that in a moment. That's going to be ending the 24th. So make sure and look at some of the different times on how long you have to be able to participate and be a part of all of the bidding and the fun. You know, get caught up in it. Bid high, bid often, and know that you are making a profound difference in so many lives moving forward. This really is the ground floor of something that is going to, for years and years to come, be the legacy of not just Jim and Nancy and Michael, but so many others right now that are watching that years from now are going to be able to look back on this day and know that you have made this huge difference in so many lives. So thank you to everyone watching, everyone being a part of it, all the different bidding that's going on. I hope, as we've talked about some of the great experiences that are up there on the auction block, you've checked out item number 35. Now, this is a dream for a whole lot of folks, not just guys, I know a lot of ladies as well, that would love to attend a Super Bowl. No matter what teams are there in the big game, to be able to be there and to be able to experience all that is going on through, outside, inside the stadium. You can be there 3 nights, airfare for 2, and you don't have to use it for this year's Super Bowl because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what things are going to look like in February. That's okay. If you need to, you can use it for next year, not next year, next year's, so next season's Super Bowl as well. So you've got a couple to be able to use there, and that's item number 35. Now, item number 36 is another one to be able to check out. This is 3 nights in Nashville's Music City's Dream Estate. It is 8 bedrooms. We talk about a family getaway. Heck yeah. This can sleep up to 30 people, 8 bedrooms, 3 nights, Franklin, Tennessee. And you're right there at Music City. You can be able to go down and check out where Hank Williams Sr. and all the rest got their starts, the original home of the Grand Ole Opry. There is so much wonderful history and experiences to have there in Nashville. Now, if you want to just make your own experience, well, you can do that on a brand new Harley Davidson. The Crack the Code. This is item number 14, and there is only 100 opportunities here. $50 donation to Neurodiverse Living is going to get you a chance to be able to crack the code, open the vault, and win a brand new 2020 Harley-Davidson FLHX Street Glide. This is valued at $25,000, courtesy of Freedom Valley Harley-Davidson. And man, I tell you what, you get out on your Harley, the world is just open to you. And to get up, get out of town, doesn't matter what kind of, you can social distance yourself all over the country without having to worry about anything with the freedom of your brand new Harley Davidson and be able to help out with neurodiverse living all at the same time. So that is item number 14, but those are going to be going fast because there is only 100 opportunities to be able to win that brand new Harley Davidson. Now, one of the things that we've talked about is as we are just at the beginnings of this dream for neurodiverse living, one of the big needs right now is the property. Where is this original facility going to be that is going to have this safe, smart home technology and a community for the folks that are living with special needs, with autism and other intellectual disabilities as well. So got a chance to talk to Jim a couple of days ago, and there's some exciting news about a potential property that would be perfect for the first community for neurodiverse living.
Well, first of all, hi, Jim.
Hey, Corey, how are you?
I am wonderful. Very, very good. And as we're making our way through this incredible event, and we're so honored to be a part of it, and this helping to be able to make sure that we have safe, sustainable housing for adults with autism. And, as we've talked about here through the event, I applaud this so much. And I'm so excited to hear that you've identified some property that really would be very perfect for for NDL and for adults all over Pennsylvania there, and very convenient. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure, Corey. The primary objective for neurodiverse living is to provide residential setting housing for these adults who currently live with aging parental caregivers. When you think about what's going to happen with your son or daughter, if you're a parent of a neurotypical child, you really know that, someday, God willing, they'll be out on their own and they'll be able to support themselves, and you don't really have to worry about that. But when you're a parent of a special needs child, it's a very different situation. So, for us personally, it became, what are we going to do with our son when we're no longer here? So we realized that neurodiverse living could help a number of people. And, we believe that that's true today. And what we're doing is we're looking for homes and properties that will have that residential type setting, where if someone's going to put their child in our trust, in our care, they're going to want them in a home that's safe, sustainable, and someplace they can live for a very long time. Because this is not just a 5, 10, or 15-year situation. We're looking at lifelong housing. So the property we found that really works well for us is literally right in the middle of the state. Pennsylvania, from end to end, you can drive about 6 hours. And this property is literally in the middle of the state, 30 minutes north of the capital, Harrisburg. And it's a great property because it was previously run as an inn, a bed and breakfast type environment. It's modern, it's convenient, it's beautifully appointed. And what's really more important, it gives the residents who will live there an opportunity for privacy. We give them an opportunity to be together with others, which is very important from a social interaction standpoint.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got complete full commercial kitchen, dining area, and it really would be like, if you would, a small inn where these residents, and there's 24 suites. And it sounds extravagant, but when you think about living someplace for the rest of your life, it needs to be something that a parent's going to feel comfortable having their son or daughter. I know it's something that both Nancy and I talked about for a long time. So that probably is a good overview of what we're doing in this particular property out in the middle of the center of Pennsylvania, Corey.
Well, Jim, I applaud you and your wife for seeing this need and very intimately seeing the need, but not just seeing it, but doing something. And let's have a great night. I hope everyone is bidding often and bidding high, and let's make sure that we can continue to be able to have those safe, sustainable homes for folks with autism.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. And one last note to our viewers tonight. All of the proceeds from this event are going to go to help us acquire either that property or one just like it. So it's real, it's tangible, and you'll get to see where your dollars are going to through this auction. So Corey, I appreciate your time. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jim.
And that is such exciting news. This property is perfect. And I was looking at it and checking it all out after Jim and I had a chance to chat about it. And it really would be perfect. But that, or as Jim said, whether it's that one or another community like it, they're out there and we can be able to get this together. But that's what it takes, is all of us together, donating right now for this event, volunteering moving forward, continued support, and being a fan of neurodiverse living and these incredible individuals that we are talking about tonight. The ones today and at the starting, and the one generations to come that are going to have a safe, smart home to be able to call home. There is no worry about being displaced and where is the next spot that I'm going to live. That is hard on anyone, and especially someone with special needs. We can be able to make a difference. We can take away all that worry, but it starts right now, all of us today. So if you haven't already, go ahead and send the word autism to the number 22454. That'll get you registered so you can get your bidding on all the auction items, make donations, and if you have any questions, if you're having problems whatsoever, please feel free to give us a call, 208-807-3808. So get your auto bids. Those are going on right now. You can be able to set that high amount on any of the auction items, and then just sit back and then continue to watch all the fun that's going on tonight and not have to worry about doing the bidding. Auto bid will do it for you up to the amount that you put in. Now, bid wars are going to go into action as well towards the end, but you know what? We'll talk a little bit more about that on the way. Let's talk about some of the things that you can be able to bid on right now and to look forward to here moving forward when we can be able to get out and experience life again. Item number 30 is a 4-night, 3-day unlimited vacation, golf vacation for 2 at St. Andrews. This is going to be a wonderful experience for any couple that is into golfing. This is St. Andrews in the United Kingdom is so beautiful, so majestic. Even if you don't golf, just go out there and hack around. That's what I would do, and just enjoy all the beauty and being away and enjoying life again, because we will be there. It's, yes, I know, a little different right now, but we have to have things to be able to look forward to, and this is a great one. Another one to think about as well is item number 31, a 2-night romantic couples getaway to Boca Raton. This is a spa getaway for 2. You'll get all the pampering, all the loving on you, and be able to just experience your love once again in the most romantic setting in Boca Raton. So that is item number 31. Go ahead and get your bids in on that, because they are getting up there and we want those bids to continue. So bid high, bid often on all the different items, lots of experiences, items. There are buy now things as well because of some of the generous donations of some of our sponsors like Lowe's. Get your own, little robot vacuums, got those on there. You can be able to bid on those. Thank you to Lowe's, to Freedom Valley, to Bucks Dental. There are so many folks that have came together to be able to help this dream and this vision become a reality, and it will, all of us together. So check out all the items for you to be able to bid on, and we have a moment now to be able to hear a little bit more. I know Jim had touched on it earlier, but this year, because of the CARES Act, possibly next year, but definitely this year, you and your donations are going to not only be able to help out so much with neurodiverse living and folks with special needs, but also it is going to be able to help you with your taxes, because they've got special tax implications that are out there because of the CARES Act and deductions that have not been around there before, might not be around again, but you can right now. So take advantage of that and help out neurodiverse living. We've got Toby to tell us more about that and also the housing need.
Hi, my name is Toby Mathis. I'm one of the founding partners of Anderson Business Advisors. I've been a practicing attorney over 23 years. I've been trying to make up for that fact ever since. Now, I'm a tax attorney and I'm an avid real estate investor with over 200 properties nationwide. Something that I found out a few years ago was I was leasing 2 properties to an operator in Baltimore, and these properties were leased to adults. These look normal adults, but they were adults with autism that had a little bit of help so that they could live independently. And I started looking into the issue and realized that this is a completely unmet need. There's over 5.5 million adults with autism, most of them either being cast out into homelessness or living at home with their parents. And those parents are deathly afraid of what happens to their child if the parents become disabled or pass away. And we need to solve the issue. We can solve it as a country. We can absolutely do something about it. And there's many incentives that are built into our tax code to encourage us to do so. So number one, in this particular year, the CARES Act gives us an above the line deduction for charitable donations. We can give a cash donation to a 501c3 like Neurodiverse Living for $300 per taxpayer. So a husband and wife, that's $600 plus you get your standard deduction. Also, they give us the opportunity to eliminate that 60% adjusted gross income threshold. So if we want to give away multi-years of giving, this would be the year to do it because we can take the tax deduction now. And if you want to know how to do it, talk to your security advisor. There's something called a donor advised fund. Just make sure that that fund can fund neurodiverse living. It's one of the 501c3s that it can direct monies into. Number 3, if you're a real estate investor, consider converting an ordinary rental into a home for autistic adults. Jim will explain to you how you can do that. If you are out there and you're in the world of real estate and you're looking at properties and you see opportunities, please keep in mind that we have a ridiculous need for homes for these individuals who do not need nursing home care. They do not need foster care. They just need someone to make sure that they're cared for. These are really independent individuals that still can benefit from independent living. And depending on the housing situation, it's actually really easy to convert an ordinary home into a house for autistic adults. Together we can do this. And the reason I know is because we're Americans, not Americans. We know that together we could decide to address the issue of adults with autism in making sure that their housing needs are met.
What are your plans for NDL moving forward? What actions will you take to further build the foundation?
We believe that what we're doing can help a lot of families here in Bucks County and in eastern Pennsylvania. And the actions that we need to take really focus around three things. The model's pretty simple. We need real estate, a place for these individuals to live. We need to reach out to families, which we've been doing, who are looking for alternative options for their grown son or daughter. And we need the finances to support the program, the finances to put furniture into a home, the finances to train and recruit staff to take care of these individuals, and certainly the finances to provide all their activities of daily living. So, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Three legs of the proverbial stool. It's the real estate for an individual to live in. It's the family. Families looking for alternative options like we are for their grown or son or daughter with autism. And then the financial component to run that so it survives. And this is not something that we're doing and taking lightly. We just cannot stand up a home and move a family in and hope that 5 years we have enough to keep them there. This is a lifelong commitment for our son and for everyone else's son or daughter as well.
Someone watching this video now, how can they help or get involved with NDL?
We could use help from any source available, whether it's your time, your money, or your skill. If you have, if you're good at marketing, good at grant writing, if you could help in any way, shape, or form, we would love to talk to you. Some of the things that people don't realize that they could contribute in smaller ways is, donating a piece of land that you may not want or you inherited, donating some real estate, donating life insurance. There's all kinds of unique ways that you can help us make a difference.
And as a 501c3 public charity, any donation you make, whether it's financial or property, real estate, art, life insurance, if you want to get out of the stock market and don't want to pay capital gains, you can donate those profits to Neurodiverse Living, and it is tax deductible.
2020 has been a rough year, to say the least. How has COVID-19 impacted the development and progress of NDL?
Interestingly, we filed our paperwork with the IRS in November, and on February 22nd, we got approved as a public charity, a 501c3. And on March 13th, the government declared state of emergency with COVID. So you talk about taking the wind out of your sails a bit. And, I think we could have folded, could have given up and said, this is just not a good time to start a new small nonprofit, but we didn't. Just like we never give up on anything. It's our attitude just to keep moving forward. So we've endured, and we're now planning our inaugural fundraiser for November 14th. It'll be virtual. It'll be a Facebook Live. It'll be a brand new type of event for us, but it will be virtual, and everybody is welcome to join. And you can get more information about our fundraiser at ndlfundraiser.org. And if you're interested in learning more about us as an organization, what we do, who we are, those we're looking to serve, you can visit our website at neurodiverseliving.org. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to spend with us today and letting us share our story and introduce you to who we are. I think it's important that we get our message out and help spread the word. If you can't make a donation, that's fine. just tell somebody that you know that we're here and that we're looking to make a change and make an impact and help people who have autism and the families that currently support them. Thank you.
Thank you.
As Jim and Nancy just said, it takes all of us together in so many different ways. Small, large, your time, your donations. It takes all of that to be able to make this dream a reality. And it is. Every single donation, every single dollar, every person coming on and being a fan of neurodiverse living, that's what it takes. And that's what we're starting tonight. And because of you and your love and support, thank you. Thank you so, so very much. And I know I told you were going to hear those two words a lot tonight. And again, you can't possibly hear them enough. You know, I had been a fan and a part of the Special Olympics for almost 40 years. And I'd always said that each and every one of those athletes, whatever their special needs were, if you were around them, you were a better person just for meeting them, just for being a part of a little bit of their lives. Because I tell you, there's such a purity of heart and a generous nature, a childlike love and open eyes that is beautiful. I wish so much of that we could all be able to have. But you know what? Part of that also means that they can and do need that extra support, because unfortunately not everyone is kind and not everyone looks at their beautiful hearts and generosity and wide eyes to the world as being a good thing. They look at it as something to take advantage of. But you know what? Together, we can make sure that doesn't happen, that they're going to have a wonderful home to come home to. That's what we always look forward to, a safety of home. Home is our sanctuary. No matter what is going on in our world, whether it's pandemic, what murder hornets, whatever is going on, it doesn't matter when you can be able to come back to your home and feel safe and secure. That's all we all want. And again, so do folks with special needs, with autism, whatever that happens to be, where they are on the spectrum. Doesn't matter. The same heart needs that home to come home to. We can be able to make the difference in that. And if you go to item number 100 or 101, you can just be able to make a donation. Whether you've been bidding, and I hope you have been, on the amazing trips, been maybe getting into your holiday shopping a little early, and you can avoid all the Black Friday stuff by just going on, making a wonderful purchase, whether it's a buy it now item, bidding on one of the auction items, and get your holiday shopping out of the way right now, and know that not only did you get an amazing item, amazing experience that you're going to be able to take advantage of, whatever it happens to be, but most importantly, whether it's an item that you can look at, the family portrait, one of the trips that you're going on, when you look at those pictures, when you're experiencing all the wonderful things, you also get to know that you have made a huge difference in so many lives. 73,000. Yeah, that's a staggering number, I know. But here we go. Again, we have to start somewhere, and that's what we're doing. And we will grow. And just like Jim and Nancy said, whether it's 5, whether it's 10, 20, 50, hundreds, thousands moving forward, that's the goal, of course. But we have to start together, and it takes supporters. So whether that's your cash donation right now to be able to get that incredible property that Jim was just talking about, or another property that is going to be suitable to be able to get the staffing, to be able to have that safe, secure home for individuals with special needs. Don't ever be sorry for how much you were able to give, because I get that a lot when we're doing fundraisers. It's like, I'm sorry, all I had was $25 or $50 or $5, whatever that happens to be. Don't ever apologize, please, because what you're able to give is what you have. And that is your ability to be able to make a difference. But see, your amount with mine, whether it's your $25 along with my $25 and Jim and Nancy $50, whatever it happens to be, all of us together, that's where we're able to make miracles happen. We can't do it alone. Jim and Nancy can't do it, Michael, just by themselves. Matt and Madison, any of the other wonderful supporters of neurodiverse living, we can't do it by ourselves. But together, we are a force of nature, and we can make a difference, and we can persevere, and we can make it through any virus, any pandemic, anything else going on in the world. But it takes all of us together to be able to do that. And one of those ways to be able to give, besides your generous donations, is also your time. Supporters, volunteers, and let's hear from some of the supporters already and fans of neurodiverse living and why they are so passionate about NDL.
Hi, my name is Trish Carey, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about why I am supporting neurodiverse living, NDL. My nephew Michael, who I adore more than anything, was diagnosed at a very young age with autism. My sister Nancy and my brother-in-law Jim made sure that Michael had every opportunity, and they provided every intervention to give him the best life possible. But as they looked into other options for his future, they determined that it was very limiting to what was available. In fact, in the state of Pennsylvania, 87% of adults with autism still live with their families. So that's how neurodiverse living came about. So I am a proud supporter of neurodiverse living, and I hope you will too. And so if you get a chance, please look at our website, and just know that there are so many people that need this intervention and need this help. We want to give these young adults a sense of purpose in life and protected environment. And that's what NDL is all about. I hope you will consider supporting us. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Hi, my name is Anna Kelly, and I'm so excited to share with you today about Neurodiverse Living, an organization that is committed to creating safe homes for people with autism and other neurodiversities. I am so excited about this organization as a sister of someone who has autism and also whose children have autism and who my mother is raising. So I know firsthand the difficulties that present themselves by having children who grow into an adult that have neurodiversities like autism that need specialized care. And I've often thought about what's going to happen to my nephews when my mother is no longer able to take care of them as they grow into adults and as she ages. And so having a home like Neurodiverse Living Homes will provide would be something just amazing for them, to help us to help them to be as independent as possible, but to have people who care that can come alongside them to help them with their activities of daily living and things that they need help with, so that they can live as independently as possible. So I hope you will join me in supporting Neurodiverse Living, an organization that is doing so much good in the world and that will impact tons of lives.
Hello, my name is Lou Biolon. The reason I am supporting NDL is I was with my sister when the doctor told her that her son was autistic. I will never forget how all of our hearts were broken that day. It was a very scary time to not know how my nephew would be able to function as a child and now as an adult. My sister and her husband have done an incredible job raising their son to be a well-mannered, loving, and mostly independent 26-year-old. The time has come now for all the family to decide how best to care for him as he gets older. NDL is a nonprofit organization that will help our nephew and other young adults like him have independent living and gainful employment to help them continue to be thriving adults contributing to society. Please consider supporting NDL. Thank you.
Thank you to all the supporters already, you watching, and all the support to come. Even probably at this point, just as important as your donations of your time and of your dollars, it's also the awareness, getting out the word. Make sure that you tell your friends, your neighbors, share it online, share it in social media, share this event tonight, and get it out there and encourage your friends to get excited about neurodiverse living and get their friends and their friends and their friends. That's what it takes, is getting the word out, getting that fan base to make those donations and to be able to make sure that this dream continues to be a reality. And it is, not just because of Jim and Nancy, and Michael, but because of all of you and because of the 73,000 folks with special needs and autism in the state of Pennsylvania alone. All of us together, we're making that difference. So make your donations at item number 100, 101 to make those cash donations. Get an autographed book at item number 100, 101, just to make a donation because you want to make a difference. You want to see this community and this dream continue. So some of the other ways to be able to help out as we're coming towards the end of our event this evening for our very first virtual gala to benefit neurodiverse living. One Hope Wines is another way as we're getting into the holiday season, Thanksgiving coming right up on us, and also Christmas, New Year's. You can be able to get some delicious, wonderful, amazing wines and be able to benefit neurodiverse living all at the same time. And as you're looking through the auction items, you can check that out right there and be able to get your wine, get a case or two, whatever it happens to be, share it with your friends, and be able to help NDL as well. So get the word out, your One Hope wine, or if you really want to be able to show it off, your support of NDL, go to the NDL website and you can be able to get all of the wonderful apparel that is available. There's awesome shirts, there's hats, there's all kinds of things. And again, you're supporting neurodiverse living. But then also when you're walking around with your really, really cool looking attire, when someone asks you, what is NDL? There's a prime opportunity right there to be able to say, well, do you have a minute? And then start telling them all about the dream of neurodiverse living. So there's so many simple ways that all of us can be able to make a huge difference. So we thank you. We thank you so much for being here tonight. And I know, I told you that you were going to hear that a lot, and you have. But you know what? I can't say it enough, but I know a few other folks that would like to say thank you as well. So on behalf of myself, Corey Michaels, all of us here at Auction Frogs and Lily Pad Productions, Ellsberg Studios, thank you for being a part of the dream of neurodiverse living. Now let's hear some thank yous from those other folks as well.
Hello, my name is Christian Molnar, and it's been an honor and privilege to serve here at the board at Neurodiverse Living. This cause and this nonprofit are very near and dear to my heart because my youngest brother, Matthew, was diagnosed on the spectrum when he was 16 years old. That was very late in the process. Matthew's now 37, and his primary caretaker for that entire time has been my mother. My mother's now 77. About 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, my mother, unbeknownst to me and my brothers, started to really have a lot of stress and anxiety about Matthew and what was going to happen to Matthew after she could no longer take care of him. About 3 or 4 years ago, our family was lucky enough that we came together, we figured out a plan, and we were able to eliminate that stress for my mother and actually for Matthew. So we are lucky in that we could do that. However, I know that's not the case with most adults that are on the spectrum and with those families that are now taking care of them. Neurodiverse living provides a solution, and that helps eliminate these stressors, and that provides relief. It just makes a huge difference. So that's why I'm part of this team, and that's why I really appreciate everything they do, and I hope to be a bigger part of this team as it continues to grow. So thank you for being part of this. It's amazing. They do amazing work. We do amazing work, and just thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all of your support. We look forward to working with you more in the future, but for tonight, thank you. We appreciate you.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for helping us tonight. We are at the beginning of a very long road, but I know that with the help of people like you along the way, we are absolutely going to get to our goal to build safe, great community housing for our special needs adults. Thanks again.
Hi, this is Jim Richardson. I wanted to say thank you for staying with us tonight through our inaugural fundraiser and silent auction. Hope you had a great time. We appreciate all your support and look forward to continue working with you into 2021. Thanks again. Bye now.